Hi everybody, my name is Absidy and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be picking out my September TBR with my TBR jar. Now, is it a mug? Yes, but that's irrelevant. I could not find the jar that I normally use. So we're using this llama mug I got as a gift one year and I love it. It is so cute. Is it practical for me to use? No, because the llama always hits me in the face, but that's irrelevant. It's still adorable, so I'm using it today. All right, and that's it. So let me stop yapping and let's just get into picking out my September TBR. I am a mood reader. I want to be honest about that. So there are some books that are not going to be on my September TBR that I'm definitely going to be reading, but I want to stick to my fall physical TBR as much as possible, which if you want to see what all of that entails, you can go watch my previous YouTube video. But today we are going to be hopefully sticking to it, but I also want to follow the prompts I get as much as I possibly can. So I might pick some of my other books from my physical TBR that aren't necessarily included in my fall one. Okay, so, oh, that was easy. I didn't even have to pick it. It flew out of the mug. Okay, so it says a book you haven't seen on TikTok. I hope you guys can see that. My handwriting on these are atrocious. I will say that because when I wrote them, I was just like scribbling. Since the first prompt was a book you haven't seen on TikTok, I actually saw someone talk about this book first on YouTube. I chose Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I want to be fully transparent and say I have not read any other books by V.E. Schwab, so this will be my first book by this author. I know that the life of Addie LaRue is very well known and either loved or disliked by many people, but at the time when it was like gaining virality and just popularity, it wasn't my cup of tea. I was also younger, and as I've gotten older, I noticed I expand my genres more and I've enjoyed different genres I might not have liked when I was in that age category. So I'm super excited to finally read a book by her. And also, if I love it, I have so many other books that I can go and read, which I think is always really fun about finally reading an author for the first time and just expanding what you love in general. But I've heard really good things about this book, so I'm excited. Also, it is a signed version where I got it from. They only had signed versions, so I was like, okay, maybe this is meant to be. This is a sign that I'm gonna love this. So I'm excited. No, but for real, I really am excited. Okay, we're gonna shake it up. And this is gonna be prompt number 2. And with that, also I'm gonna be putting my books here on the side of me. So if you see them slowly stack up as the video goes on, that is why. A book from my 25 books list, which what I mean by this is I created 25 books I want to read in the year 2025 in my book journal. And a lot of those books are actually on my physical fall TBR as well. So I already know which book I'm going to choose, but also let me just double check my everything. I'm double checking my journal to make sure I remember which books. I know which book I'm choosing, guys. My entire cup just fell. Oh no. Oh my God, guys. Oh, I needed something. I need something. I need a shirt. Oh no, this is chaos. This is literally this is something that would happen to me. Of course I spilled water as I'm filming a YouTube video. Okay, it wasn't too much water, guys, so we're good. I soaked it all up, but I forgot my cup was there and I spilled water everywhere. That was so close. I'm sorry, guys. You're probably like, oh, jump scare. Yes, I'm wearing sweatpants. I'm this emoji. Sorry for the chaos, but let's get back into that second prompt. And for that one, I chose Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. It is the third book in the Addicted/Calloway Sisters interconnected series. We have Addicted to You, Ricochet, then Addicted for Now is the third one. I've read the first 2 books, a long time ago when they were first going viral, and I just never picked up the rest of the series, but I really want to see why everybody loves this series as much as they do. And if you hear my brother yelling like an absolute psychopath, I'm sorry, he's on his game. You know how that is, and if you don't, bless. But anyways, I'm so sorry guys, my brother made me lose track of my thoughts, but let's just end this with I'm excited to see this series and why everybody else loves it, and that I'm even more excited that the next book is Kiss the Sky, which is Connor Cobalt's and Rose Calloway's story, and I feel like they're gonna be my faves, but we will see. Let's pick the third prompt. For the third prompt, we have a book chosen by a random generator. So we're just gonna say that the book's going, it's gonna, because I have my books, my fall TBR stacked against my wall in front of me. Alexa, pick a number 1 through 19.
Here's a number between 1 and 19. It's 6.
Okay, so number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the book we're going to read is, which it's gonna go like this straight down the wall, 1 to 6. That's what I'm choosing. So we had The Dutch House, The Maidens, Ruthless Vows, Fearless, Atomic Habits, and then the 6th book. So as you heard, the little machine said number 6. And with that, the chosen one was The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I actually recently watched a YouTube video vlog of Heather McLary reading this book. And she, like, just her, that entire vlog made me excited to finally get into a Rachel Gillig book, but also to specifically read this one. So I'm actually beyond excited that this was the one the little machine chose, because I think that she actually got it right. So yay! Okay. This is going to be our 4th prompt, which is crazy because I've been recording for however many minutes. It's like 10 minutes per prompt because I don't shut up. But the next prompt is a book that you bought because of the cover. So if you couldn't see that, I'm sorry. With the 4th prompt, I ended up choosing We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faizal. While I already knew what this book was when I got it, I immediately saw the cover and I said, I know exactly what book that is. I've heard about it. I want it. So that's why I'm counting it for this. And with that, I also chose We Free the Stars because this is a duology. And I want to give myself the option of just finishing it this month. Hopefully I can read one after another. But if not, then I'm completely fine with that. I cannot wait to get to these books though, because I've just heard that the duology is just so well written and so well done. So I am very happy about this. And also look how pretty they are. Guys, we are picking the 5th prompt on camera. So you guys can see a fantasy book, which is literally my entire fall physical. You can see my face. This is my entire fall physical TBR. The fantasy book I chose for prompt 5 is Fearless by Lauren Roberts. It is the 3rd book in the Powerless trilogy, but technically the 4th book in the entire universe, because we have Powerless, Powerful, which is the novella, and then you get Reckless. After that, we have Fearless, and I believe there's going to be a 2nd novella, but I'm not sure what it's going to be about, and I haven't looked much into it because I don't want to spoil this book for myself. I just haven't read this yet because of the fact that I saw so many different reviews of people either loving it or being kind of let down in a way. So I wanted to fully go into it with my own mind and opinion and not let other people sway me. Somehow I've avoided spoilers. Don't know how, but I have avoided them, which I'm very happy about. And I'm also very nervous to read this because of the fact that I know I might sob a little bit uncontrollably, because it's the last book that kind of wraps everything up, but I'm still excited about it and I cannot wait. This is going to be the 6th prompt. I want to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is going to be the 6th prompt. I want to choose, I'll say maybe 8. I feel like that's a good number. A graphic novel. For the graphic novel, we have Check Please Book 2, Sticks and Scones. And I believe there's only 2 books / 2 volumes, however you're supposed to say it. So it is a duology. And I read the 1st book in the beginning of the year or towards the end of 2024. So I can't wait to finally get back into it and finish it off. I think this will be perfect to read in between some of these books, since a lot of them are very heavy fantasy, to give myself kind of a little bit of break from all of the world building, because I feel like sometimes when I read back-to-back fantasy books, I forget what's a part of this one and what's a part of the other one, and I kind of jumble up the worlds all into one. I don't want to do that, so this would be like a great fun little buffer to read in between some of them. Now we are going to choose prompt number 7, and we have a book that scares you, if you guys can see that, which I don't necessarily think I have like books that are scary, but I do think I have books where I'm like nervous to read them. So if I'm going to be honest, this book doesn't necessarily scare me, but it does make me nervous with the way that everybody talks about the book. And with that, we have the Mind F series by St. Abby. This is book 1 through 5. So with this one, since it is 1 through 5, like all of the books into one, I want to at least read to this much, because this is where the second book technically starts. And if I can get through the whole thing, that's great. But if I can't, that's fine too. I will be okay with that. All right, and the 8th and last prompt we have is a book that is funny. Oh yay, so I get a slight little break in between all of this. I don't think any of the books on my fall physical TBR are necessarily funny. So for the 8th prompt and the last book, we have a reread, and that is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Now, to me, I've been wanting to reread this again for a while, and also because the book is finally going to be a movie really soon, which is so cool. It makes me so happy to even think about like seeing these characters on my screen and being able to go like watch it in movie theaters or on my computer, whichever. It does not matter to me, I'm gonna be honest, but I would like to go to the theaters to watch it. I'm just gonna put that out there. But the universe definitely knew that I needed a book that I already knew I loved and was going to enjoy, to have as a buffer between all of the fantasy and the chaos that is going to be happening this reading month. And like I said, I'm also a mood reader, and I know that this is a book I'm going to love and enjoy. So it definitely helps to have a book that I've been wanting to reread already in the rotation, and a book that I can trust that is going to do me justice every single time. So I'm very happy by the last prompt and by this pick. And some people might say it's not funny, but humor is subjective. And throughout the book, I giggle and laugh and I kick my feet. And what about it? Sue me. And if I could play Sabrina Carpenter's song right now, I would. Just keep that in mind. But nonetheless, this is going to be a fun reading month. So that is it for my TBR jar / mug picks my September TBR. I am super excited to have these books to look forward to throughout this month, and I cannot wait to see what you guys think. And that is pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in the next video, because if not, I won't shut up. But bye everybody.